Hello UCM students, my name is Juan Camilo and I'm here to help you excel in your Cambridge PET exam. Through these tutorials, we will cover the following topics.
Exam structure, ensuring you understand what to expect on the test day. Timing and tips to help you manage your time. Types of questions you will encounter in each section. Vocabulary development for you to expand your lexical knowledge. Strategies to enhance your reading skills for the test. Techniques to improve your writing skills for the test. In the last video tutorial, we'll work on developing your listening skills. In this first video, our goal is to become familiar with the general structure of the Cambridge PET exam, including its various sections and the number of questions you can expect in each of them. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the test's format, setting a solid foundation for the more specific strategies and tips we'll discuss in the upcoming tutorials. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos and let's embark on this journey together. Now, let's dive into the structure of the Cambridge PET exam. The exam consists of three main parts: reading, writing, and listening. We'll begin with the reading section, which is divided into 6 parts, totaling 32 questions. The goal of this section is to demonstrate your ability to read and comprehend main points from various sources like signs, newspapers, and magazines. You'll be tested on different reading tasks, such as matching, multiple choice, and gap fill exercises. In the part 1 of the reading section, you will read 5 real-world notices, messages, and other short texts for the main message. There are 5 questions in this part, and each part will be likely to receive 1 mark. The second part of the reading section involves matching. You will have to match 5 descriptions of people to 8 short texts on a particular topic, showing detailed comprehension. There are 5 questions. In part 3, multiple choice, you will read a longer text for detailed comprehension, gist, inference, and global meaning, as well as writer's attitude and opinion. There are 5 questions too in this part. Part 4, gapped text, will ask you to read a longer text from which 5 sentences have been removed, to show understanding of how a coherent and well-structured text is formed. It also contains 5 questions. Part 5, the multiple choice clause, will have you read a shorter text and choose the correct vocabulary items to complete gaps. There are 6 questions in Part 5. Finally, Part 6, or open close, will ask you to read a shorter text and complete 6 gaps using 1 word for each gap. There are 6 questions in Part 6. Finally, Part 6, or open close, will ask you to read a shorter text and complete 6 gaps using 1 word for each gap. There are 6 questions in this part of the reading section. Next, you'll move on to the writing section, which has 2 writing tasks. The goal here is to showcase your ability to use vocabulary and structure correctly. You'll be expected to write a short message, such as an email or a postcard, and a longer piece, like a story or an article. Pay close attention to grammar, punctuation, and cohesion in your writing. This section has 2 parts. Part 1 which will ask you to write an email. In this part, you have to write about 100 words, answering the email and notes provided. The second section, part 2, is the choice between an article or a story. What you as a candidate have to do is to write about 100 words answering the question of your choice. Either of you chose to write an article or a story. Finally, you'll complete the listening section, which consists of 4 parts in a total of 25 questions. This section assesses your ability to follow and understand various spoken materials, such as announcements and discussions about everyday life. You'll need to listen carefully and select the correct answers based on the audio you hear. Part 1 of the listening section will be a multiple choice. It will ask you to identify key information in 7 short monologues or dialogues and choose the correct visual. There are 7 questions in this section. Part 2 will be multiple choice. You will have to listen to 6 short dialogues and understand the gist of each. There are 6 questions here. Part 3, a gap fill, will have you listen to a monologue and complete 6 gaps. There are 6 questions in this part. And part 4 is also multiple choice. You will listen to an interview for a detailed understanding of meaning and to identify attitudes and opinions. There are 6 questions here. We've covered the overall structure of the Cambridge PET exam and what to expect in each section. Remember, understanding the exam format is the first step towards success. To reinforce what we've discussed today, please follow the link provided to access a short Google Forms quiz. Don't worry, this is not graded, but it may earn you some extra points. Its purpose is to help you start practicing and familiarizing yourself with the exam content. If you're unsure about an answer, take your best guess and use this opportunity to learn and grow. Additionally, there will be a question asking you to set a personal goal for the test. Consider your abilities and set a realistic yet challenging goal for yourself, whether it's achieving a score of 3, 3.5, 4, or even 5. Aiming for continuous improvement will help you make the most of your preparation journey.
Thank you for joining me in this first video tutorial. I hope you had found it helpful. Until next time, work hard and happy studying.